Well, welcome. Thanks for coming to the spring series for the Essex OGS. The weather's changing for us, so right on time. That's good. Appreciate being able to come to ECHRS and see the holdings and the pictures. Got great pictures here. So looking forward to hearing about the land registry stuff that you might have as well. So we'll get back into that when we hear from Lori. So anyway, welcome to Essex. I'm hoping I got the right button here. No, I don't. There we go. The proceedings are being recorded just so some of the individuals that can't make the event will be able to at least hear of it on the website. Has anybody been to the YouTube postings of ours? Lori's nodding her head. It's a good way to catch up if you missed on something. Like Deborah Honors talks. Only need to give a year, what, 2 or 3? Yeah. We pay her well. So.
Go back quite a few years too.
Yeah.
Some of the earlier ones we were actually live streaming, and so the sound was a little wonky. So then we decided just to go to strictly record, and then we tweak it and upload it later, so we're not like live right now.
They take out all the blurbs.
Yeah.
Okay. Ontario Genealogical Society. We've been around for quite a while. We're getting new fresh blood all the time. Some of the Deborah Honor, who was one of the founding members.
Oh, I haven't been there that long. For Essex branch, yes, but not
Essex
for
branch.
the
Yeah, sorry.
Ontario Genealogical Society.
Not me, not me.
So anyway, and we're doing more and more stuff all the time, especially with the digitization and putting pictures on and stuff. So it's doing well. That's our the new website. If you've not been to it, it's there's some you can get the webinars there that they have posted, I believe, that are free. And then if you join the organization, there's other material inside there that like your books, which I'll talk about in a minute. But a lot more material available. Upcoming is the we were just talking about this, the Canadian GenWeb Cemetery. How many have gone to use that to get pictures? Yeah, it's it currently was offline for a long time, and they were on a meeting at Roots Tech and started talking about the cemetery spot, and all of a sudden OGS has got it on again, so it's available and it's there. I haven't actually gone myself to see it lately, but so now we're hosting that, and we're hosting the Canadian headstones as well. So we have some big servers, and they're being used. So that's kind of nice.
And that's sort of the mandate of OGS. They're kind of changing to, there's some websites that are falling to the side, like people are retiring or they're getting older and they're not able to manage that. So the Vice President, Steve Fulton, is very concerned that some of these resources are going to fall off to the wayside. So they have now a new a mandate where OGS can host different things. So that's really, really important. And that's what part of your membership goes towards too, is to building these type of things. So it's something new and it's great.
So, let's see, the webinars, this is a boot camp one that you can go on to the, I believe it's a members only section, and it's a number of webinars that are online on the OGS site. And how many I know a few that have taken their DNA testing. Is there everyone that should be taking their DNA testing? Pass it down the generations to come. So. and that helps prove that your daughters are your daughters. So, your sister. Yeah. So,
but this is a great benefit because it's over $100 for this series, and you get it for free if you join OGS as a member. And the membership is like $60, and this is one for.
Really, just taking your test is just the beginning, because there is so much to learn, just how to read the test and how to understand how you can find matches with cousins, etc., etc. So this boot camp, they're calling it, I think there's like 17 different classes, so you can learn what you need to know when you're doing your DNA. It's great.
And it's done by the top-notch people in the field right now. It's not done by us, like in OGS actually. not that we're not top-notch, but it's actually done by some top-notch folks that are in the field right now.
My Heritage, I've just joined this one actually, so I had a My Heritage subscription for a year, and now I've gone on to this to save some money, try some other things, so it seems to be working out well. You have to get to it through the OGS website, but it works pretty good. The upcoming webinars at the OGS is this in May 3rd, again on DNA if you're interested on ancestry. And these are free. They're on the website if you missed them, but you can sign up online for them and watch them in real time. So, Thursday nights at 7, usually once a month they have them. The first Thursday of every month they have a webinar going. So the first one coming up in May is on the DNA, and then the next one is on camera scanning. That should be interesting. I'm going to maybe Doug might learn something. You never know. It's always well to learn something. Yeah. So those are going to be good. But that's free, available. Something you might want to look into. So our website, Essex OGS, and our Facebook. I think we're over close to 600 people on Facebook now as followers. So we put a couple of messages up there today. So that was exciting. Yearbooks. This is my pet and Linda's pet project, and Kent County is doing one as well. But we have access to 480 yearbooks, and I understand now I even have some more.
You got some
This
more
is
tonight?
fantastic. And so we go with, it's called the Southwestern Ontario Digital Archives. It's part of the University of Windsor's Leddy Library, and they have let me just go to that. They have a fairly large scanner, so you put your yearbook down here, and you click a button on the side here, and it takes a picture, and you flip the page. It takes a picture and flip. But the nice thing is, it orients. It seems to know where that book is. So if it moves slightly, it knows where the book is, and it seems to be able to crop it right away, put it into a TIFF file and then we put it into a PDF after that and make it searchable and use it for preservation mainly, but also for hopefully future research purposes. So you're looking for a Smith, and we can say, hey, the Smiths went to Essex District High School, and go from there. So, by the way, if anyone has some Essex District High School, I'm looking for the yearbooks to scan. So right here, we could go and I can bring my truck in, and we'll I'd love to be able to bring this way. Or come on a Wednesday to the library, bring your books, we'll sit you down, you can scan them, and you take away a digital copy, and you'll have that. So lending us the books, we'll give you a digital copy back, searchable, which is kind of nice. So, but yeah, we're there Wednesdays, and this summer we've applied for Canada Summer Jobs to hire a student to do all the yearbooks at the Windsor Public Library, which they have quite a few there. So that'll keep the student busy all summer, I think. So, and if we scan them all, then they're going to do the Comber Herald newspaper. So that's the other part of that project. So we've got access to from Mark McKinley. He has in his home 1950 editions of the newspaper. So we hope to work on that. So we're busy. Anybody wants to join us, we love company. Even if you just come to make the tea, it's sweaty. So and sit and watch us work. So it's great. We have fun. Anyway, Twitter. Anyone want to help us out with Twitter? I love Twitter. I get all my news and where the fires are, where the police are putting up roadblocks, things like that. It's good. Or it links to newspapers and things. So I check it out every morning. So the newspaper doesn't show up till late, so this actually goes in and gets the news stories before the paper gets there. So it's kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, I usually try to post announcements on there. But we have 460 followers on our Twitter account, so someone's listening to it. But, not sure. Anyway, for OGS, our next month OGS in Windsor, we have Chatham coming down. The Chatham branch are coming down to talk about DNA. Linda and I have been going up to Chatham once a month to listen to the workshops up there. So, as a matter of fact, I have a DNA talk this Friday at the Kent branch.
Actually, it's the same talk. So if you can't come to the one in the Windsor Public Library, if you can make it the date night, Friday night,
There you go. Yeah.
you can come on
So
down.
7 o'clock
At the-
funeral.
Yeah, the the McKinley Funeral Home Reception Center. It's right on St. Clair, kind of like where McDonald's is
Okay,
in Chatham. The old McDonald's is that street.
yeah.
So, and we're right there.
So
But it'll be the same talk.
Yeah, the same
Windsor?
speaker, same, she's gonna do the same presentation. So we're just trying to spread
if
the word.
anybody's
And
going, I'll go. But, yeah, it should be good. So if not, here on May 17th, that's the Monday. Then we're going to ECHRS, another trip. Have you been to ECHRS yet? Well,
I remember.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, we're members. We've been there a couple times, but, yeah, great little facility. If you've not been there, this would be a good time to go. And we're gonna listen to Milo Johnson, talk about his new book, which is, Linda and I went down and listened to it already, the talk, and so was, Campbell, Malcolm, sorry.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we were all there. It was good talk, I think, right?
Yeah, it was, mine was very good.
Yeah.
Good presenter too.
Milo Johnson was a former teacher here at Maplewood School.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I knew he was a teacher, but, okay.
Just a couple of things about his book. It's fantastic as far as historical perspective, but it's unbelievable as far as genealogy, because he's done, I don't know how many families, as far back into the slavery times, and it's just a fantastic book for genealogists for sure.
So, and that's Windsor Public Library
Yeah.
in our collection. Then fur trade. Everyone knows Chris Carter, I assume, and all his stuff. So he's going to come and give us a talk in September, which is at 6 o'clock at the Windsor Public Library. So, okay. One thing somehow I missed it. There's back there. There's a couple handouts. One's on the DNA workshop this April 21st. That's a Saturday where's that this time?
at the Chatham Public
At the
Library.
Chatham Public Library. I've registered, I'll be going. So if you want to learn, it's a half a day
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
And if you want to learn about DNA from,
Angela again,
yeah, Angela, she's our.
and there's a couple other people that are speaking too, but it's a 4-hour workshop, so it's
Yeah. So
a little more detailed than just
And
the
it's
1 hour.
$25, so not very much.
Or 20 if you're an OGS member.
Right.
Yeah.
So that should be good. So I've signed up. Matter of fact, I signed up to almost any DNA workshop lately just to, there seems to be a lot to learn. I've already read 2 books on DNA, and Linda and I go to Detroit every month to a workshop over there, so I'm still learning. So anyway, it's good. So Lori, you're going to, I guess, take over from here?
I'm just gonna wing it.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Now, ECHRS here started,
Can we just make sure you're got the micro, like, that it'll be picked up, the sound?
Won't know that till,
oh,
but yeah, as long as you just speak loud, we should be able to hear you.
ECHRS started about 11 years ago, and there was 6 members. They all went to the Essex Library, which was here. And then they went to the new library, and they all were interested in looking for the history and going through the microfiche and all that, trying to find out kind of stuff. So they all wanted to make their own place. So with a secretary and then a president, and one lady had a lot of information, and then the other ones would join to get a lot of information, they built ECHRS. And since day one, I was following them. You know, I was kind of the little person in behind, following them where they were going, every meeting they were having. And they started in a little room in the back of Holy Name School, which was Holy Name School before. And since then, next year, this had been sitting here because they opened up the new library. And the one president at the time went after the town to try to get this building, to get ECHRS in here. So it wasn't too hard of a fight. The town has been excellent for us, and we've now been here the 10 years. And we started with the family trees, and then we kind of got into the little museum stuff. People were donating stuff from the town, and then it kind of progressed to land records. We found this here. That's Rochester, you see there. Upstairs, we have all the town of Essex. we have books here. These books are Tilbury North, Tilbury West, and we have Bell River. We're working on Bell River right now. And we are in the process of getting Maidstone. So this will be the place with all the original land records. Now Donna back there has very nicely taken these boxes home with the books and put them in order in the archival sleeves in the portfolios and wrote down the person's name, the date, the lot, the plan. And then she brings them back here and then the volunteers enter them into an Excel program. So we just search the Excel program for either the lot or the plan or the person's name. And we do all that. And then last year, we got into all this DNA too. So we have been selling DNA tests from here too. And people come in and they say, well, how did I get this much French in me? So they want their family tree done. And what we do here is our membership for the $25, as long as they come in, we help them do their family tree. So with the help of Ancestry and everything. But we have a big fundraiser once a year, and we have it at the Essex Legion. It was last weekend?
Yes.
Last weekend where we have a big buffet dinner, and we have silent auction, plus we have a live auction. And I'm pleased to say we beat our record of our profit by almost $300 this year. So every year it's gone up 50 to 100. This year it was 300 more. So, and that the town's been really good with the building. We get it for like it's under $5 a year, our lease for the building. But we have to pay the bills and take care of the inside. So sometimes the bills with the old building, some are $300 a month. So that money goes mostly to just, you know, keeping up the electricity and heat in the building. But then once in a while we find out that we'll do the odd yard sale or something if the money's getting low, because then we have to buy printer ink and that all the time too. So, and over the years, a lot of the members have dropped off and kind of moved away, and then we always get somebody that fills in though. We always seem to have that 30 members at all times that are active and that come in. It doesn't seem like they keep it up. It's always around that 30. You know, if 10 drop this year, we end up with 10 new ones next year. So there's always new people coming in. Yes.
It sounds like, it's not just the town of Essex that you are, that's not your mandate.
Oh, no.
That's why this community.
Yeah, we're Essex State Community Historical Research Society. So we do, like upstairs, we'll have Anderton and Malden and Leamington and Keyslock. We'll have all those areas. And there's also a shelf at the area of Middlesex County and even the old black atlases. We have like Lincoln County, Wentworth County, like we even have those, as many as we can get our hands on, that we keep them all here. So it's not just Essex. This weekend coming up, we have people from California coming. The one man, he emailed me and he said, my dad grew up in Essex and he lived with his grandparents in their home. And he sends me this little picture of this old house. And I'm like, okay, what am I looking for? So I looked at his last name and I went on the Inc., our digital world, for the newspapers, and I found his last name. And I thought, okay, so it's Whitehead. Okay, Essex, Whitehead, his dad, okay, about 1930. So I went through the newspapers and I found the one where it said the wife had been ill. She's leaving the hospital. She will have bed rest on her home at Gosville Town Line. So the next morning, 7:30 in the morning, I get up with my camera and I go down Gosville Town Line. There's only one house down that road that looks like it. It's different. It's all sided now. But I took the picture and I sent it to him. He goes, oh, I'm so happy. That's it. That's it. He said, I remember seeing it like 10 years ago or something. He said, I thought it was gone. So you just have to read between the lines a lot of times to find out what you're looking for. I emailed him and I said, well, you didn't give me a name. You didn't really give me a date. So I just kind of took your last name, hoping your dad had the same name. And it's interesting.
Good for you.
Any more questions?
The Tilbury West information, so it's being in work in process at the moment?
Well, these these portfolios run about $20 a piece. So what we've done is we've got the ones with the blue on them are the only extra ones we have right now that we're just finishing up Bell River. So the next time we'll do a fundraiser, we'll get enough to start the next ones. But we're always doing them. So when we run out of that, which will be the fall, we'll start on the next.
Right.
Yes.
Did you ever approach Tecumseh about getting their digitized records? They have the Tecumseh Tribune, and is that,
So Inc. has done that.
Ink,
as well.
it's on our digital world, yeah.
okay, good. I can.
Yeah.
So most of the sandwich soaps will be there as well.
Should be. Some of the sandwich south was done 2 or 3 years ago by a summer student project, and I think that it's digitalized at the university
Oh, okay.
that they have.
SWOTA,
Yeah,
Southwestern Ontario Digital Archives.
yeah.
SWOTA, which is linked with Inc. as well.
Is-
But it's all done out of the same room that Linda and I go to scan, so, yeah, so you're welcome to come down and see.
What's the name of the newspaper for the Sandwich South?
Actually, they really didn't have one. A lot of things came from the Essex Free Press,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and
Well, the Essex Free Press is definitely on there.
yes, yeah.
other papers that they had, sort of collected also.
So any collective work from Sandwich South, they,
There was a lady by the name of Mrs. Crowder who clipped,
oh,
That's that records are here.
yes.
and I still have some more, but we're.
Yeah, the lady from your group, Rao,
And then
Sue
the
Rao,
Surah.
she brought us, 3 file cabinets full of your, all your papers with your
Folders.
the folders and everything, full of newspaper clippings.
In families.
Yes, in order, in family names and all that, just thrown into there. So what I did, I think I started right away 5-6 years ago. And they're in the great big huge scrapbooks now, and they're all in order in the books and all that, and on the shelves, taking everything out of. And that's how we got all these land deeds too. We received them all in file cabinets, all just smushed in together, ripped, torn, just shoved together, to pieces coming apart on them, that we've been getting those.
So did you get all of Essex County's land registers?
No.
Because I'm wondering where, someone told me that, one group got
Yes.
Maidstone, one group got this, one group got that.
Maidstone's at Tecumseh Museum. ECHRS has Colchester. Kingsville has Gosfield in Kingsville.
Yes,
Yes.
but at least they're all maintained somewhere.
And Harrow's under Colchester.
Gosfield, north or south, where's that?
Kingsville.
Kingsville.
Kingsville has the original landings.
Where the registries were, the building burned down. It was on the, I believe, the 11th concession.
But the registry office in Windsor always had a copy.
Okay.
So that was their copies they were getting rid of because they digitized everything. And we've been trying to get all of them here in one spot.
And the thing that's so important about these land registers that you have is that we went to the archives at the university, and they have all the original land books from B through whatever letter
Yeah.
you ended up getting to, but they don't have book A, and they don't even know why they don't have it. I mean, the original archivist is no longer at the university, so I couldn't really talk to him. And the current people, they just really don't know why they don't have book A. There's a spot in the shelf for book A, but it's not there. So anything from 1796 to about 1803, it's not anywhere except in those boxes. Sorry.
No, I'm appreciating it.
The University of Windsor has the copybooks.
No, they don't.
Yes,
Well,
yes, they do. They also have the
They don't
copybooks
have
down in
land
the
book A
basement.
though. That's where it was, in the basement. They
Um,
don't know where they went.
Malden and Amherstburg are at the Marsh Collection.
So this is.
The Ontario Archives took Anderton.
They did not want
And this is
anybody
where
else to
Donna
have
does,
that
she just writes down
because
that.
it was an Indian
So now
reservation and
this
for
has to
land
be taken
claims,
upstairs and entered.
they had to
in.
have the originals.
Oh, okay. So, but all those
So the
ones
originals for Andrew
with the
are
white
at the
thing
Ontario
have
Archives.
been done. Like they're on this, and then,
Well, eventually, hopefully, everything will be on that new website, onland.ca,
yes.
which is Ontario Land Records. Eventually, all of these documents will be on there. I don't know if they'll be indexed or how they're gonna be presented, but you can go on to onland.ca now, and you can do some searches, and
Which I
if you're
do.
lucky, you can
nonstop.
find things, but most of the time, it's so jumbled up that it's almost impossible to find.
You gotta know
things.
what area to go under,
Yeah,
and you gotta know what plan, and
yeah.
so what I do is I go through the old maps I have here, and I'm on that on land all the time. So some of the old maps have the lot and plan on them.
So you could find things that you were looking for.
Yeah. And what's
Online.
nice about the original land deeds is if you're looking up your family, you've got the original signatures. And it says, you know, were they an engineer or whatever. That part's nice. Where the rest isn't. The on land just says this person bought it from this person and that's it, you know.
Well, eventually they
doesn't
say
matter.
they're gonna have the actual document,
Oh, and
eventually. We'll see.
Eventually, but we have them now.
Yes, you have them now.
They're ours, that's right.
now over here, on that side, Doug, how long ago was it that we picked up the high school archives?
Oh, I
As
can't
a,
remember back then far.
it was probably 6-7 years ago, because I
Something like
believe
that, yeah. It took us
yeah.
about 5 truckloads.
all the Essex High School, because they were building a new one, getting it ready, they didn't know what to do with the archives. They didn't want them there, they weren't gonna store them.
There's trophies, there's uniforms.
Oh,
there's-
everything is
there's
there.
everything.
So we got bins and bins of all this stuff, and I decided just last year, why are they in bins? We should display it. So that's where I've started to put stuff out there, and a shelf upstairs too, which all the Arguses from, I don't know,
Yearbooks. Yep.
yearbooks from 1945 and up are there.
Yeah.
So,
And a lot
Yeah.
of, the reason for scanning them is not just for research, but it's for preservation. Like my own yearbooks, I hate to say this, but like a couple of them were falling apart.
They're old.
No, they were old enough, and they're falling apart. So it's good that we are preserving.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
okay, you wanna
Now
go
the tour?
upstairs? Sure. Yes. This is just our meeting room. What we have is upstairs.
Well, this is back when people used to have children. And they all wore ties. Gosh. Suits and ties.
So bright now with the sun, I can really see I have to.
Should I get everybody up that you're gonna start the tour?
Yeah.
I'll send you back for that.
Are they up or?
I think there's a couple of small
Oh, yeah, David hasn't even come up yet, has
Well, they're talking about the scanning.
Oh, yeah, it's
Something going on, yeah.
There's the picture of the
Street. Okay. Where are we supposed to be? Oh, okay, there's one. Oh, we're just all over. It's okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, when we first came up the stairs, you'll see on that wall there, the bookshelf. That's all the Essex land deeds already done up there. They're around the corner there. And then what we have here is all the organizations like the Scouts, the Women's Institute, Kinsman Club, all that stuff is all there. And you'll see the one family tree there of the one member we have there. This is my family tree I did years ago, but I've got a lot more to that now. But you'll notice right here too, there's the heritage. I also am a member of the Municipal Essex Heritage Committee, where we designate homes. We designated this building. My house is the only home in Essex that's designated. It's over beside the train station. It was built in 1870.
There's no other home in Essex that's been designated?
No, we're just working on one. I think it's on Eiler Side Road. We're working on one out there to be designated because it's all Essex all the way that way now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then behind David there is all the Essex High School collection. There's a few books on other schools too. But there's, in behind that picture there, you'll see all the yearbooks in there.
Want to go that way? Go the way around? It's up to you. Yeah, I think it's up. I'm all good now.
Now, years ago, when I was trying to find out the history of my house, that's how this all got started with me. I went to the land registry and I printed off all the big books, like
The index.
yeah, like this was lot 282, this was 283, 284, and 284.
Where did you have that printed? That size? Or is it all?
Oh, it is one sheet.
Yeah.
Kirk. Surveyors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, just go, okay.
Yeah, we've got a connection with the land, one of the land surveyors, and does maps for us all the time too. Toronto Daily Mail in 1892 did a 3-page write-up on the town of Essex. And we have found out about it over time. There's a few people that have had the papers and we have gotten them framed and put into here. Some of the buildings, there's the train station. Most of the other buildings are long gone. There's more of the Essex High School, some of their events and papers under this plastic. We have United Empire Loyalists, we have scrapbooks, all Ontario history, the Blacks history, immigrants, church history, Ontario history. Churches, there's a lot of the churches here because of course there's a lot of information on the churches. So we've gotten a hold of some of their documents, their books, stuff like that. We've been able to photocopy them, so they're on there. These ones are mostly just this area with the churches.
Are they baptismal, marriage, death records?
Yes. Yeah. And then over here we have like Rochester, Leamington, Kingsville, Malden, just their own separate books. We have all the cemetery indexes. A lot of people don't know where their parents or the family's buried. If they know where, they can go in the book and it tells you even what's on the stone in these books. Everywhere from Kingsville, Gosfield, Anderton, Leamington, Malden, Bell River, Tecumseh. There's a few from Tecumseh, we don't have them all. And these were the scrapbooks I was talking about with the Sandwich South. I had this one out the other day. But this was the one with all the clippings that were in,
Oh, that filing cabinet.
yeah, that filing cabinet with all the folders. So now they're in order. We see the name Banwell. It's all in order. All
In
the
order of family?
The barrettes, yep, from A to Z. Lori did all that. Leave it to you, Donna. That was a lot of work. Nobody wanted to help her with. Anybody related to any of the Melashes? There's a Melash family tree. One year, about 4 years ago, when we were doing our big fundraiser, everybody who joined that year, I was doing a family tree like this for them. So I ended up, I think I did 5 of these for people. It was fun. And they got to take theirs home, the ones that were done.
Wow.
You know Deputy Mayor Melash?
I've met him, but I
He-
don't know the connection.
I think this is his dad right down in here, so.
Lori, what's that sword and that
Oh,
pistol?
all these stuff up there, that's all from the Essex Legion. It's all on loan just to hold here. Of course, with the pistols and the swords. Yeah. And here we got birth, deaths, marriages, some of them way back.
Back to 85. Wow.
Where's the one I was thinking of? I don't know. Like 1843, this one. And French books here and here. We have family trees, people that have come in and have let us photocopy or done their family trees. with the members and they do their family tree, we'll do a printout and we'll keep them on the shelves here. So we got from A to Z there, and plus some of the books that have been written on those people too. And we get the odd artifact too that people donate. This actually was my Aunt Audrey's dress. Square dancers. Yeah. And this was one of the maps that we sell that everybody that came in would buy one. It's the 1920s, and it's everybody on the property. All of Essex County.
1920.
1920s. We haven't got exact, but it's in the 20s.
I'm looking to get back towards Queensland.
We've got.
They had a different name for it. It was Queensland and they sold it to Middle something. I have to look it up.
Yeah. Huh. The company that just did the maps for us kind of did a little mistake, but we don't seem to mind. It came out like this.
Oh, it's contrasting.
So we have like 10 or 15 of those. But we do, it looks old. We have Rochester, we have Goss, there's no Gossfield one that gets looked at.
Now, did you say those are for sale?
Yes.
And how much are they?
This one's 15 because they went and put the color in it.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And this one here is that 1952 Maidstone map that we found online. They printed one off for us. It's the land surveyor. Oops. Yes, it's all mixed up. This is mostly Essex on these, like Essex from here to Harold, Colchester. Any of that area is usually right here in these shelves here. And then I was talking about these binders. Every time I would find one at a sale, I would always buy them. We got Lambton County, we got Middlesex County, Lanark, Simcoe, Lincoln and Welland, and Huron County. Diary voters list in Essex from 1889 to 1936. That was another thing I would look at when they're looking for a property or a home. You look in the voters list and you look for the person's name, and then it will tell you their lot that they're on. But I've got farther. I got to I think 1960, but this is all we've photocopied so far. I've got the rest I got to finish. And this was somebody donated. It was Mr. Buchanan of Essex years ago, who then moved to Windsor, which I know the family, and they donated a bunch of his stuff from the IOF and all his badges and stuff. That I had a little case that we put the stuff in. We have a shelf full of all war items. And then we have just some of the artifacts that we could find of Essex. This is mostly all Essex in there. And all our local books for sale. We have that.
I'll put Milo in there.
Oh, the one over here?
Mine, right? I think Pam she's keeping the camera running.
1840, right? Yep. And here's one of the original land deeds, 1840, from the Crown land, from Victoria, from Queen Victoria, to John McEwen, the Township of Gosfield in the County of Essex. I think it's, yeah, lot number 281, North Talbot Road West in the said Township of Gosfield. So that would be, as you're going, you go past the last light in Essex, you turn, and it's probably just out there, probably near the church, that church and all that area right there. That's got the seal from Queen Victoria on this one.
She may not have done that herself, she had people.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Don't you wish you had
A
people?
lot of different artifacts, different high school portraits.
Yeah, these are really neat.
Yeah.
Do you know the names?
So
We talked about
there's
that.
a couple of them that do have, I found the names on a sheet, but now I gotta figure out which one it goes to.
I said to her, just take, there's
Yeah.
one that's Leamington, so I said, take that baby and throw it up on Facebook. I bet
Yeah.
you somebody can throw some names on
Yeah.
there, for sure, so.
Well, this one here was just given to us, probably about a month ago. It's a Nelson family reunion.
Wow.
That's a great picture.
I think 1936. And they found it in an old shed. And
Isn't that just, that's so neat.
the guy who gave it to me said he thinks it's Nelson's from a McCain side road. Everybody knows them?
That's where Beverly lives.
And one of those little children sitting along the side is still alive.
Yes.
And knows half of the people in the picture.
Yeah,
But you
name
gotta
them
find,
all.
you gotta find the.
But that's a good
Right.
idea, putting it up on Facebook.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
excellent, yeah.
Someone will recognize, yeah, that's me, 50 years, 75 years ago. The front row, fourth from the right.
This was also an item donated to us, but, well, we know who. It's when they used to write on the birch bark and all that many years ago. One of those artifacts.
That's an artifact.
That was Kurt's, right?
Yeah.
You got a date on it?
I think this says 1907. I thought it'd be older than that, but I guess because of the pencil and that too. It wouldn't be older.
Paper.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but not the paper that they have now.
No, what that was, now is crap.
And also with the United Empire Loyalists, this is their, that's their map. That's from, we just keep it here for them. If they ever need it, they come, it's just, placed here. But that was the original settlement of United Empire Loyalists from 1794. And all their names, all the numbers of the land and the names are on the wood there. This is just a smaller picture. 97 lots laid out in the new settlement for United Empire Loyalists in the 1790s. So we do a lot here, and also with the town, with the Heritage Committee, I also do most of the researching the land a lot lately too. Is one of the big things. And the DNA test, we have one left still here, and that's one of the ones that was on sale for 120 during St. Patrick's Day. So, and we sell them for exactly what we get. The 120.
Perfect. All right. Yeah. Let
Any
people
questions
browse, I
or
guess.
anything,
All right. Well, thank you. We're gonna shut
It
this
is.
off, and then folks can actually